Welcome to the show. That's how I start, just like that. I'm here today with a longtime friend, former Strikeforce champ. Shit, man, his fights in the UFC are some of the best example of how you should use jiu-jitsu in a fight. The great Jake Shields. Hello, Jake.
Thank you,
Give
Matt.
me some, brother.
Fucking so pumped, dude. We've been friends for years. I'm doing a seminar at your academy today. Nate Diaz is coming. He was almost going to come to the seminar with us, but he slept in a little bit. But no, dude, we've been good friends for fucking forever. So it's great to do a podcast with you.
Man, I want to get into, you're doing your own podcast now?
Yeah, I started that a year ago.
We're going to talk about that. But, it's funny. Let's talk about how this got going. You hit me up. I haven't seen you, talked to you in a while. And you're like, yo, I'm going to be nearby. I'm doing some stuff with Nate Diaz. We're doing some seminars. And, I'm like, dude, fucking, of course.
Yeah.
My guys are pumped about it. We're going to be doing that later on tonight. And then I'm like, look, you do a pod, I do a pod. Let's do each other's pod.
Yep.
They're probably watching this on your channel.
Yeah,
I think I'm just
going to put the same on both channels. That way we don't have to put two fucking podcasts. Way easier.
It.
Saves us the time of sitting here for a fucking couple hours back to back filming.
100%. But then it was like, all right, what are we, if it's a joint venture, what are we going to do? Who are we? And I said, look, man, let me give you your flowers. That sounds a little weird, but give you your respect. If we go back and forth, well, I'll come back. I'm going to do
I definitely have a few
show.
questions for you, but I'll let you start out with
But I want
questions.
this about your journey.
Okay.
Because,
I do have to get a couple questions for you, but I'll let you start it off.
We'll keep people in suspense for those questions.
Yeah, right.
But I want to start with your journey now, because we got a lot in common in a sense where back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we were just like two Americans on a scene where it's all dominated by Brazilians.
Yep.
And we're talking about the jiu-jitsu world.
Yeah, I know. It was completely dominated by Brazilians, and we were some of the first top Americans. I'm the one that coined the term American Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
That was very, everyone's using it now, but that was very controversial when I started calling it American Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilians were pissed. I wanna ask about that. Now, before, we're getting to that. We're not losing that. How did you first get acquainted with jiu-jitsu? What was your first, you were a wrestler first? Yeah, I was wrestling. I was a pretty good wrestler in college. I grew up kind of near Stockton, in a shitty area.
Okay.
And then I was a good wrestler. I never had any plans of going to college or anything. Like, the best case I thought would maybe be a construction worker or something. Like, I'd never seen anyone like make it anywhere around me here in family. Like, the best case scenario was if you could get to middle class. That's the best I'd ever seen, in life. And then I was a good wrestler, and I go, oh, maybe I should go in college. But I didn't realize you had to have like certain classes and stuff to go to college. So I only could go to junior college. So I went and wrestled there. And then I met Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell. Now, did you know he was a fighter already? You seen him fight?
I heard he was a badass around town, but I'm like, bro, I'm going to beat the fuck out of that dork with his fucking dorky ass haircut. Like, I'm going to go fuck that dude up. So I stopped by his gym for like a gym challenge kind of sparring, and he just beat the fuck out of me.
How old were you?
Like 20.
Oh, really?
And Chuck's a lot bigger than me. He's a good wrestler.
And what year was this? Around 90?
99, I think.
Wow, okay.
And that was just like a wow moment for me. Like, this guy is like a god. So I like begged him to train me, and Chuck's just like, nah, bro. And like, no, but you know what? I'll let you can come in and you can shadow my workouts. So I just started following him around, and he became I'm sure I annoyed the fuck out of him the first like couple months, but then I could tell he started liking me, started teaching me things, started inviting me on trips with him. I remember we went to Big Bear, the UFC, the Fertitta brothers just brought it. Chuck brought me to Big Bear with them. That's when I go, oh, Chuck actually likes me. I'm not like an annoying kid anymore that he beat up.
Can I tell you, if anybody had to guess by watching your fight career, the last person that would have influenced you to get into the sport would be Chuck Liddell.
That's so funny because he's a striker, yeah.
Because it's polar opposites with the fighting. I mean, you're a ground wizard, not uncomfortable on your feet. You know what I mean? At all. More dangerous than I think people give you credit.
I think way underrated on my feet.
I'm going to say because it almost looks like it's not natural, but it's effective.
And people don't understand my timing and distance. They understand they get in there. That people all of a sudden, these great strikers aren't hitting me all of a sudden. They're like, what the fuck?
Hey, dude, I'm gonna get into you taking out Dan Henderson and these savages.
Yeah, but Chuck's a way underrated grappler. But I did end up switching to Caesar Gracie after that with like David Terrell, Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz, all those greats. So that's where my jiu-jitsu pedigree comes from. Chuck taught me a lot of jiu-jitsu too, though. I don't want to not give Chuck credit. His jiu-jitsu, he's I don't know if he has a black belt or not, but he's definitely black belt level.
Hey, yeah, you know what it is? Some guys, and you know, God bless them if they got that dynamite in their hands. Chuck Liddell in his prime, first of all, you could hit him with a bat and he'd still come at you. Oof. And, why even go to the floor? He was just, oh man, he was a savage in the heyday.
Yeah,
Chuck Liddell.
Dude, I just remember that first sparring session with him. He just fucking mauled me. I deserved it because I was a punk kid coming at him. Yeah. But in his credit, he knocked me out with a liver shot, not a head kick.
Well, that's
but
nice.
He hit me in the liver, and I froze up, and then he came and hit me like 3 or 4 times in the same spot, and I was just down, couldn't get up for a couple minutes, but he did look at me and goes, don't fucking ever show you're hurt, because I froze up with the liver. He was all pissed at me and just barked at me, don't you ever fucking show you're hurt. And then that stuck with me forever, never show you're hurt.
I understand.
As soon as I showed he was hurt, he went after the spot over and over.
Dude, I understand the poker face, but those fucking body shots.
But dude, I learned to never show it when someone hit me liver after that, because Chuck hit me so fucking hard after I showed that it hurt him.
That's a hard lesson.
Yeah, but he could have kicked me in the head or something though and knocked me out with a head kick.
Yeah.
So he was respectful.
If it was Sean Strickland, he would have gave you a different lesson.
Yeah. So Chuck chose to knock me out with body shots instead of head shots. So he was. I needed that ass kicking. I needed to be humbled.
From Chuck Liddell, how did you get to meet Caesar Gracie?
I knew the Caesar Gracie team was dominating the local shows with like David Terrell and stuff, and I moved to San Francisco State like on a partial wrestling scholarship. And then Caesars was about an hour drive, but I was obsessed. So I'd drive an hour after school and wrestling. I'd drive to Caesars every day to go train. That's how obsessed I was. So I'd do school wrestling practice, then drive and train.
Now, were the Diaz brothers already there?
Nick started basically the exact same time as me, within a couple months of each other. So we were rivals / best friends. So we drove each other to greatness.
All right. So the
That's
first
why we have such a
the first time meeting, I guess you met Nick first.
Yeah.
First time meeting Nick, because I know what it's like to be not even two alphas, just two guys who are good on the mat. Yeah. And some days you'll get him, some days he'll get you.
We have the craziest relationship because we came up together as neither one of us were the best guys in the gym, but we were the best new guys in the gym. And we were both so good, and we just drove up. We drove each other up. So like if I beat the fuck out of him one day, he would come back and beat the fuck out of me the next. And if he beat the fuck out of me, I'd be thinking about it all day. How did Nick get me? How did he humiliate me? And a lot of times, a lot of people would watch the sparring. Yeah. So we had a weird relationship where we're like brothers, but we drove each other to greatness. And we had an agreement that we would never fight each other. So like when I signed with Strikeforce, Nick was the 170-pound champion. So we never even had the discussion. I just automatically jumped to 185 because I'm not one of these guys like, oh, I'll fight my teammates. Like, no, Nick's my brother. I'm not going to fight my brother.
They'll say that's an old school mentality, but I say that's the way it should be. I think that there's no code anymore. One of my black belts, Jedi Joe Diesel. Oh, this guy's funny. I was bitching him about something one day about an unloyal guy or a guy that just did something fuck it up. And he's just like, there's no code anymore. I go, fuck it, hey, there should be something unwritten. I mean, what happened with Marab and Aljo is a beautiful thing, how that worked out.
Perfect example of it, because these guys all say they'll fight their friends and shit. There's no code. You just explained that perfectly. We had a code. Yeah. We had an agreement. We have a brotherhood. We had each other's backs. We're willing to stand. I know if 100 people come, Nick's going to stand back by my back and die with me. He's not going to fucking be like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I know that's a brother that's going to die with me. How am I going to fight a man that I know will die to protect me?
And especially if you realize it's more than just money. I mean, it's just the relationship. The money comes and goes, and you're gonna really just risk your friendship.
No, like it's like the closeness of me and Nate too. Nate's like my little brother. I took him under his wing. That's why we do seminars together all the time. And business-wise, we never have contracts or anything. We've never had any disputes over money when we go and do shit together. It's just always, it's very simple because we both we're like brothers.
It's something like what you just described with Nick is very similar to myself and Ricardo Almeida. You know what I mean? Even though he's a little bigger, you know what I mean? He could have been the giving out more of the beatings, but we would have battles. and there was never any chance of us competing versus each other because he was bigger. But you get that bond it's hard to describe. You know what I mean?
I don't think you can describe it as someone that doesn't fight. The when you're just beating the shit out of each other, but you also have to trust the person not to hurt you badly. So we would train really hard, and neither one of us ever injured each other. Nick was my primary spar partner. Neither one of us ever hurt each other, and we sparred hard. How was
with Caesar? That was
Caesar's cool. I mean, we've got differences at some points, but we're cool. Yeah. We're cool again. Unfortunately, there was a small period where we had a little falling out, but we've reunited. We're cool again. Which it's always better to have brotherhood again. You know, it sucks when you have falling outs over shit. You know, it wasn't the biggest thing, but we just had a little issue for a couple years. But we're cool now.
That's great.
It's great being. You know, Gil Melendez is like a brother to me.
That's
like him and Nate are like my little brothers, and then like I said, Nick was like my primary competitor, and we had David Terrell was like our big brother we looked up to.
He was great. He'd visit Henzo's in Manhattan sometimes.
Killer, man, killer.
You know, be a force to reckon with. And he's a nice guy too, Dave Terrell.
Not when you're training.
I bet not, huh?
He used to beat the shit out of me.
With Caesar, you know what's funny about that? That's how I've been always friendly with Nick and Nate, you know? And I believe it's because they're very loyal people, but we're kind of like cousins, where I'm under Henzo Gracie, I'm the first black belt under Henzo. And so when we'd see other camps, because again, I'm the same way. I'm friendly with everybody, but especially when I was fighting, it was the attitude that Henzo would always say, man, we got enough friends, we could use some enemies. So if you weren't in my camp and stuff, I'm always friendly, but I could be fighting you, so there's always a little something there. But the Diaz brothers always, I felt, held that to a different degree. Like, if you're not with us, fuck you, which is great too, because they
were more extreme than me even.
Right?
I was never friends with any 70-pounders when I was fighting, because I can't be friends with someone that I'm going to go in there and try to fucking hurt. Like, you're trying to hurt this person. You're trying to destroy their life. You're trying to take their money. You're trying to, like, beat the hell out of them in front of their family. I can't be a friend with someone that I'm trying to do that to.
Don't you, even if guys that you're cool with, because I fought guys I'm cool with, you know, but isn't it always better when you fight someone you don't like?
So much better. I hate fighting people. Like Lawler. I liked Lawler so much, and I had to go fight him. He's just such a fucking cool guy.
He's a nice
And they're trying to get us to talk shit in the media, and even Lawler's like, I like Jake, bro. What are you trying to do? Like, what am I going to say? You're trying to get us to talk shit, bro. Like, we like each other.
It's so funny with that. Like, there's guys I had to fight that I really, especially when I had to do the Ultimate Fighter, the comeback, I was in the house with these guys that some of them were solid guys, you know. But, and then you give me a guy like fucking Frank Trigg. Did you fight Frank Trigg also?
No, he's kind of a cocksucker, though. I wanted to.
Oh, man, that was fun.
I called that fucker out a bunch of times, that cocksucker. Last time I saw him, I shook his hand. Was cool to him, but I fucking used to hate him.
Yeah, see, that's hard for me to be, because I take shots at him now because he was a real prick.
He was a real fucking prick.
And then after I fought him, you know, I was the victor, so I'm not a bad winner. He was a bad winner.
It's easy to be.
So I sent Al Iaquinta. He asked for Al's number one time. The great Al Iaquinta. You'd love Al.
Yeah. I met him real quickly, but I don't know him well, but I met him. I love the dude. He seems awesome, yeah.
He's a fucking great guy, loyal guy.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot of that loyalty anymore. Like you said, the code, that's a good way of putting it.
Dude,
it's missing nowadays.
Where the fuck was I? Al Iaquinta. Christian, bring me back. Frank Trigg.
Oh, yeah.
He knows how to bring my ADDH, whatever.
I get lost, too. We hop over the place.
So Frank Trigg, you know, he asked for Al's number because Al was fighting. He wanted his number. He was doing a podcast, right? Yeah, sure, Frank. I give it to him. He has Al on. Dude, I used to be, and you see me over the years, I was 50 pounds heavier. I'm doing the right thing.
You were fat as shit. Last time I saw you, did you eat Matt Serra? I called you out, bro. I called you out when I saw you.
Did you really?
Yeah. What the fuck? Do you eat Matt Serra?
Oh, wait, you took Dana's line. Dana would always say to me.
He stole my line then.
Dana would say to me in front of, and he'd have all the henchmen around, so anything he says is going to be funny. He'd go, oh, you look like you ate Matt Serra. And everybody go, ah. Listen, at 5'6", you can't afford to get a little bit of pounds on you.
No, you look way better.
But I got abs now. I feel good.
But I called you out because I wanted you to lose weight because I liked you. Is why I called you out because I liked you. That's why I'm like, you are fat as. It was a few years ago. I remember seeing you. I'm like, bro, you are fat as fuck. You got to lose that shit.
Jovial. I don't remember you telling me.
It wasn't like out of meanness, but it was like lose some weight, man.
All right,
so it's because I like you. I told you that.
Well, thanks, man. I'm not gonna drop.
Telling you that because
I could have dropped dead. Yeah,
that's what I was trying to tell you. It's like you have kids and shit, bro. I'm like, you got to lose some weight.
Listen, when you are chubby and somebody brings it up, it's very hurtful because you're in the middle. You don't know this because you've been. No, listen to me. No, I don't remember, so it must not have been hurtful. And I know you a long time, so it must have been like, holy shit. Man.
I think I was like joking with it, but it was also a little bit of seriousness.
It's not like, hey,
but there's obviously a little seriousness with it too.
Listen, how long you been a fucking vegan for?
My whole life, vegetarian.
Well, there you go. You're grass fed. I like a fucking wait. Would you eat a slice of pizza if I brought you a pizza?
Yeah, I eat cheese.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I love this New York pizza.
Dude, I was about to end.
Let's go count down.
I was about to end the podcast. But if I felt he didn't eat pizza,
get the fuck out of here. Ain't talking no pizza eating. I like Chicago pizza better. Just kidding.
No, you're gonna love. No, you know what? I don't hate on the deep dish.
It's not as good as New York
different.
pizza.
No, it's you can't compare.
New York
but
is better. Come on.
But sometimes I like that. I feel like it's
New York pizza's way better. Come on.
Oh, way better. I'm not. There's no argument there. I'm gonna take you to Talio's Pizza later if you can.
Okay,
there's a slice. Dude, why does my voice get all weird when I'm talking about my pizza? So
he gets like excited. It's like
I'm talking about
whim, like hot girl, like this pizza.
So I'm an ass man. So I'm talking about something else. But they make this Serra slice, dude. I'm gonna bring and they import their flour from Italy.
Oh, let's go after.
I might bring in the
Let's go after this
later.
or after the seminar.
Or you know what? There's one right down the block. But after the seminar, I'll bring Nate also. You guys are gonna fucking love it. Anyway,
hell yeah.
So, Frank Trigg. This ain't a big story, but back to him being a prick. So Al does the podcast, and now listen, you're my buddy for 20 years, and for a long time. It's way different if you take you're saying it out of love. This motherfucker, Al's about to get off the podcast. He goes, okay, say hello to the beer keg for me. Hey, dude.
On air, he said that?
Oh,
that's
fuck yeah.
Up. No, it's totally different. Joking to you versus.
Oh, fuck. I wanted to kill him. So I'm like, this motherfucker. So ever since then, on UFC Unfiltered, with the great Jim Norton, you can watch where you get your podcast. I take shots at that motherfucker every chance I get. At my academy, which you'll see later, there's shots of maybe me and George in a poster, but there's nothing of me over him or nothing. I got several shots of me over Frank unconscious.
That's funny because Sarah's like the biggest fucking.
It might be a little petty.
GSP is the biggest one of all time, but you respect him. So
I love George.
I love George too. So you have so much respect, you won't show him getting knocked out.
No.
That kind of makes sense though, even though you think he'd be like, you want to show that's like. That's one of the most epic fights ever.
No, I'm when anybody.
When you knocked out George fucking St. Pierre.
Thank you. When anybody brings that up to me, and even in front of my wife and kids, I'm always like, thank you so much. I go, just don't watch the rematch. Whatever you do. I always take it like Jake.
But that's still a magical moment, bro.
No,
you don't want to take anything away from yourself. I watched that last night because the guy's like. He's like, oh, Matt Serra's a younger guy. Didn't know who you were. He pulled up that fight.
Who's that? Who's this?
Sneeko.
Sneeko.
Yeah, so he's
a YouTuber.
He is a streamer.
Did he like the fight?
Oh, he loved it. He's like, wow, this guy's good. He's kind of cool too.
Oh, thanks, man.
I think he might come up with Nate and come by the seminar.
Yeah, good, man. Nice. And and it's funny because when you brought up Sneeko, I know him. I only watched. I'm a fucking hermit. I just watch MMA, my fucking movies. I love movies. I'm a movie guy. I'm at my academy, so I'm not with it with the fucking
I'm kind of the same,
young kids with the YouTube shit.
I don't know.
But I saw him with Sean Strickland.
That was with me when that happened. I brought him to the gym to train to film one of my fighters, and Sean goes, "Hey, you want to spar, Sneeko?" That's kind of fucked up, bro. Sean calling Sneeko out to spar, and I wasn't there, and Sneeko agreed, and I come back and I told Sneeko don't spar him, but he's like, "Oh, bro, I already agreed, so I have to keep my word." So I'm like, that's fucked up that Sean called him out. It'd be different if Sneeko called Sean out and then he beat him up.
No, I think he gave him a fair warning. I think I seen a clip.
I don't think Sneeko understood. Well, I told Sneeko what was happening. Sneeko thought it was like a friendly sparring session that Sean wanted.
He should have done his research on that.
I know. I did tell Sneeko though. I'm like, hey, bro, he's gonna fuck you up, and just you can't really complain about it after. You look like a bitch, and he never said anything about it after.
You know what I like? I like that you listen. Nowadays, there's no fucking repercussions for the young, for the generation, or especially with the social media.
Yeah, it's true.
I like that you took out Michael Jackson.
That
Michael Jackson. I remember it because the guy hated being called Michael Jackson, but yet he comes out to a Michael Jackson song, if I remember correctly, which is very odd to me. But I believe he was being a loudmouth and disrespectful.
Yep.
What happened there?
Yeah, he was running his mouth on Twitter. He fights in the UFC, might say our same weight. Obviously, he's not a good fighter. But if you're an active, like I would never fight around a person. But if you're my weight in the UFC and you're talking shit, we agreed to fight on site on Twitter. We had an agreement to fight on site.
For the people that don't know, this is the guy that beat CM Punk.
Yeah, he's a shitty fighter, but I'm retired. I'm older. We're the same weight class. So he was talking shit, calling me Ray. He's like a quarter black. and he's calling me racist, which is fucking ridiculous.
100%.
He's like over the top. Like he grew up in some rich, all white fucking school, 1/4 black, and he's like a big black power tattoo. He's like, fuck white people, fuck crackers. So he's just a piece of shit racist, which is weird because. So I walk into the UFC PI and I see him hitting bags right there, and I'm like, oh motherfucker,
Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Let's go. Let's go. You want to get in the cage or you want to do it right here? And he goes, no, bro, let's go do it in Houston. I'm like, what do you mean? We already agreed to fight on site. And he's like, no, I can see him like getting scared. Houston. And I go, we're doing it right now. So I started walking towards him.
What's in Houston?
I think he like had his gang there. Would probably wouldn't have backed his little bitch ass up anyways. He was just trying to get out of fighting me.
And it's a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, so I went after him, and then like I was there with like Dewey Cooper. I went over him. He's a trainer. A couple other guys. They grabbed me, held me back, and I'm just like. But then this dude starts barking, talking hella shit. That's what I thought. So Dewey lets me go.
Okay.
So I go over, threw him on the ground, just start. Chuck, he felt like a little girl.
What did we take him down with?
He felt like a little girl. I just threw him, you know? Like, I had sex with girls stronger than him. Just threw him on the ground, got him out, started open hand and slapping him, going like, you're a little bitch. Bam, bam.
It's the beauty of jiu-jitsu.
But then like Dewey and a couple other guys pulled me off. I wish it would have left me a little longer. And then Dewey, who's like a black, he's strong, like very pro-black. I don't know what to call it. He's not racist, but he's very, very pro-black, but in a respectful way.
Yeah.
This guy called him like a Uncle Tom Coon for taking my side, who's his friend, over him because he's a quarter black. Dewey was not happy about that. It's like, what the fuck?
You look at people as people. So if this guy's a piece of shit,
crazy?
he's a piece of shit.
Because Dewey's black, he's supposed to take this guy's side. He's a piece of shit.
100%.
This guy, he tried suing me. He pressed charges.
And
they ended up, he called the DA. The detectives were laughing about it, but he kept calling over and over. I had to deal with it for a few months. I had to get a lawyer. They eventually dropped it. But he was really pushing the DA, trying to get me thrown in jail. He tried suing me, but then the lawyer dropped his case. Like, so he's just such a punk ass little bitch.
Yeah, F you, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
He's like an embarrassment. Like nobody, like, he can't walk in any gym without getting beat up. Like imagine if someone agreed to fight you on site and then you see him and you fucking run. And then you sue and you get beat up.
Well, that's the thing with the
and we fight the same fucking weight, bro.
Yeah.
I'm retired. Like
it's not like you're getting some guy off the street and just smacking him around.
No, that would be me being a bully, but that wasn't the case in that situation. It was, there was a little clip of it went super viral. I wish the whole thing was on camera because I think the UFC has it, but they won't give it to me. He's like running around the gym, hiding behind bags, he's like running around the gym. I'm chasing him around the gym. And he's like jumping behind a bag, jumping here. There's just it'd be one of the most hilarious things if we had the whole video.
Wait, who has got that video?
The UFC. Oh, shit. But I don't think, I haven't asked for it, but I don't think they're going to give it to me.
I never call in favors to my friends, but I might hit Dana up.
They have it, the UFC, because the UFC PI cameras, he's like hiding behind bags and shit, trying to hide behind, and I'm like chasing them all throughout the gym, bro.
Dude,
and it's like two grown men pro fighters, and everyone there is like laughing at him, like, what the fuck? And a few people are kind of trying to stop me, and then...
Hey, let's. That's fucking awesome, by the way.
It was hilarious.
I love that shit. You know what I mean?
Because gym fights are normal, bro. This is the only one that guy pressed charges over. You've seen, there used to be back in the day so many gym fights. Oh, the Gracie challenge we used to have.
When I say that I exceeded my, my dreams, where when I first found out about jiu-jitsu, it was the Gracie. You ever see the Gracie in action? When the Gracies were fighting, before MMA, they were fighting other styles.
Seen some of it, yeah.
I saw some of the Vale Tudo stuff over in Brazil, and then what was sprinkled in on these tapes was dojo challenges.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want that shit now. Don't go showing up.
But that's how it used to be in the day, though, yeah.
But I'm like, oh, maybe one day because when I first started doing jiu-jitsu, I'll have my own school and I'll have one of those challenges and shit. And then I ended up doing all right. But the point is, that's fucking how it was back then.
No, it was when we were through our training, it was hardcore. People would come in wanting to fight us, and I would get sent as the guy to fight them a lot because I was young, like ready to fucking jump. I'd be excited to. I remember Nate was like 16, making Nate fight like grown men. We were like abusive to him, but he was so successful. I don't feel bad now looking back, being like, man, me and Nick were so mean to poor Nate.
There's a thing on YouTube where there's Nate having like an open-handed fight with some muscle-bound wrestler.
Yeah, we used to make him fight these type of dudes all the time.
Fucking great.
But Nick, he was like 15 and shit, but he was way more scared of me and Nick than he was of anything. So he was a soldier, bro. We tell him to do it, he did it. He would just always keep a straight face. I'm sure he must have had fear inside, but he would just be like, if me or Nick told him to do something, Nate just followed instructions, bro. He was a fucking soldier.
Dude, there's no magic pill. You understand? And that's what I tell my young fighter, Tommy, all the time. Like, you got to be in that you got to put that time in on the mat with your brothers and fucking just grind and put that work in. There's hours and hours of the mat. Tell me about, well, first of all, you just spoke about it, jiu-jitsu in the 90s. There's jiu-jitsu schools on every block now. Now, jiu-jitsu evolved. It's, you know, with all the leg locks and the evolution of jiu-jitsu. It's never been more efficient than it is right now. But back in the day, it was 100%. Whether you did the sport, but it was 100% for fighting.
It was all for fighting. Now it's a sport. Yeah.
I can't watch some of this shit nowadays with the fucking. I don't shit on it because it has its place.
No, but it's
the leg entanglements.
It's moved away from
scissoring.
Fighting.
It's just fucking. I'm like, what am I looking at? I go. They don't want when you fought. What I loved about when you were fighting is it was take the guy down. You're mounting him. The
Pass
second
guard,
you mounted,
yep.
Your shoulder pressure pass with the shoelaces. I love it.
Yeah,
I've been doing
my,
it since
like,
the 90s.
my half guard pass. Like I'm like one of the people that originated that body lock pass, and that's popular now.
Oh, 100%. Well,
I didn't invent it. People were doing it before me, but I was one of the people that really pushed it, you know.
Everything nowadays has a name on it where if they name it first, it's fucking... Dude, I didn't know I was doing the fucking... what was I doing? Oh, I didn't know I knew K-guard. I'm like, oh, I know K-guard?
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Maybe
fuck, that's...
People try asking...
For the leg lock.
Some dude was trying to,
90s.
like... interview like guy Derek will talk about later, like, oh, you're a black belt. You start asking about these stupid moves as like his test. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dork. I don't know what a Guga Bada.
That's what I want.
Yeah, let's get a little more like we were talking about real quick. I was just talking about like the code and stuff that we used to have. I just had a thought how there was like a really hierarchy in the gym and like an order. Like I was thinking when I said like if we told Nate go do something, he did it. If like David Trell told me to do something, we did it. Was it like that in your gym too? Like if Henzo said do something, you just kind of followed orders and did it, right?
Like you said about the knuckleheads coming in. Like this is like right now. Once in a while you get an unruly student, but they understand that there's definitely could be repercussions in jiu-jitsu, and so they come in with the right attitude. Back in the 90s, I don't know how it was on the West Coast, but in this Manhattan on 27th Street, when Gracie Kukuk, that first academy, the knuckleheads that would come, the worst guys were the traditionalists because jiu-jitsu came on the scene with that first UFC and it shit on all the other arts, which obviously over time, everything's important. But at the time, it almost was like they thought they wasted their life. So they'd come in, grabbing our throats, poking our eyes. Yeah. So me being one of the senior guys, Henzo would always put me with guys that, dude, I'm popping arms.
If Henzo says to do something, you just do it, right? That's what I'm kind of talking about. There was kind of like that code of a hierarchy of the gym. The guy above you,
respect.
You know, you tell him do something, you do it. And it's like there's this code and hierarchy in a gym. And like some of these kids don't understand it. I don't know if you know Gordon Ryan.
Of course.
Like, I always compliment him because as he got better than me, he still treated me as his senior.
He's always been respectful.
Because he understands the respect that we're like the guys that come before him. That's why I respect Gordon so much. He didn't get like, oh, I could tap you now. Gordon still is like, oh, like Jake and GSP are my seniors. Like, what do you mean? It's like there's like a code thing at the gym.
It's a circle of life also.
Yeah.
I would listen, to this day, if Henzo's got a fucking something for me to do, I'm there. Like Henzo's like, that's my, you know.
Maybe it's stupid.
Never outshine the master.
We just follow... we just followed orders. That's how it was.
Oh,
so like,
100%.
Like if me and Nick told Nate something, he was a soldier. He's like, all right, I got to go do this.
It was, and again, we were back in the day, the school, even the fighting, like there was no money in it. Like you're fighting because you want to fucking fight.
That's why it was so crazy. There was no money or fame. So it was just dumbasses, knuckleheads in there. Like we were so retarded. I can't believe we ended up being successful. It like turned out, but.
My first couple of times fighting in the UFC, I'd get back from Atlantic City and tell my friends, man, I was signing autographs and stuff. Like, yeah, right. Fucking get out of here. And I'm like, nah, man, I was. Yeah, like it was weird. Like, and now the sport just
people didn't know what it was. And I remember going to Japan. Well, Gil Melendez, I knew him. He was a party buddy. He thought I was full of shit when I was telling him I was doing this fighting. So I brought him to Caesar's one day, and then he just got mauled by everyone. So he's like, what the fuck? Oh, and that's, I think Nick, I brought Gil, so then Nick made Nate start coming. That's how they started training. So Gil's like, because me and Nick were competitors. Yeah. So he's like, he made his brother start coming to train with Gil.
Gil Melendez is what a
savage,
fighter. Is he retired now?
He's retired. He maybe would do one more.
He has a school.
He has a couple of schools. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
He's such as the Mexican style fighter where they just I trained all these Mexican fuckers where they just come. His brothers are like half. But
that's why when people call you racist, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's hard to be racist in these fight gyms, you know. We joke around and shit, but to be an actual racist is just like
there's breaking chops with your friends, and then
exactly. Like I'll say things that aren't politically correct, but I'm not a fucking racist. You know, there's a difference. I don't have hatred towards anyone.
Tell me about your very first. I know your experience with Chuck Liddell, but your very first MMA fight.
That's actually a really interesting story because
Go ahead.
I hadn't been training very long, maybe a month, and I was at a show just watching, and like someone didn't show up in the thing, and there was like no commission or anything, and I'm just like, they're like someone from the crowd, and I volunteered, and then they picked me. And the second they picked me, I'm like, oh fuck,
What'd I do?
Just the nerve kicked in, but then you can't back out, and then I'm just like, oh shit, you know. So you go back, they tape my hands up. I think it was bare knuckle actually, so it's just a tiny bit of tape, no gloves. I went out there, and then the guy wasn't that good, luckily. I just mauled him, took him down, ground and pounded, finished him first round, and it was just such a rush and thrill. I was just like, the thrill, just beating the shit out of someone. It was just like, wow, the magic.
That's the
it was so
first
quick,
hit of the pipe.
So quick.
No, that's
so,
fucking.
it was
you got that feeling.
It was so crazy.
When you feel that feeling, you want to feel it again.
Nothing could match it.
Dude, to your first fight to your last, isn't it fucked up? Isn't it that feeling of like?
You still get it every time. Still that nervous.
That's why it's hard.
Rush. When guys say they don't get nervous, I don't know if they're lying or if they're different than me or.
Nah, I think
that's a bullshit, right?
How they show it, whether they have a poker face with that is one thing. It's the feeling of being alive. You know, the closest thing I ever felt to it, two things. One, and in two different ways. One was going on a bull on Dana White looking for a fight. Because going on that thing, I noticed it's not going to, you know, when you go into that cage, you have to accept that you could be fucking, it could be the worst day of your life. It could be the best day of your life. Yep. It could be the worst day of your life. It's such a it's very hard to get an in-between. And you can get embarrassed, you can get hurt, you can get maimed, you can get killed.
People don't realize the embarrassment. That's one of the, just the embarrassment of losing in front of millions of people. That is just brutal.
It's crippling. It takes guys that are good in the gym and they're not good in when it's fight time.
So there's some guys that freeze up under the pressure.
So like when I was going on a bull, I'm like, all right, this is not going to end softly, you know? And another time I felt that, I don't know if you ever did this.
Why the fuck did you go on a bull?
On Dana White looking for a fight. I did that. I do the show with Dana.
That's fucking dumb. Man.
Dude, it's the dumbest thing ever. How about this? How about this? I'm gonna Rory, you little fuck. My producer of the thing. He brings us over there. Oh, we're gonna go on like training bowls, whatever the fuck that was. We get there.
And there's bowls?
We get there, and they go, "What the fuck are you talking about? These are bowls. What is it? PGA, PDA?
Dana did this to you?
Oh no! Well, how about this? We get there.
Is there videos of this? I'm gonna clip this in.
Oh yeah! Oh, check it out. I would have you look it up, Christian. I don't know if you can. It's the Dana White. I believe it's a Texas episode. One of our Texas. We were there more than once. But yeah, Shane. Who's the kid that? Who's the Marquardt? Not Marquardt. Who was the Sugar
Sean O'Malley?
No, who's the one with the spiked blonde hair? He did the cartwheels. He's a karate guy.
Fuck, I don't know.
Sage Northcutt.
Oh yeah.
Sage Northcutt. We found him on that episode. So or else he visited us on that episode. Hey, either way, he was in the episode.
Athletic kid.
So we get to that fucking thing on Dana White looking for a fight, and we, when we do that show, we look for upcoming talent, and we do something weird or whatever. So we went to that place. They go, no, there's no training bowls. It might be Houston. I don't know.
Like you're not a woman.
So then we were going to call it off. I go, oh, fuck that. I go, we're here. I'm jumping on a bull. I wouldn't have done it now. Dude, now I'm 51. I was probably 10 years
51?
ago. I'm 51, bro.
Oh, shit.
I got abs. Can I show you my abs?
Yeah, you look
Can I show the world my abs?
I thought we were like the
Come on,
same age.
man. I'm pushing it out now, too.
You, like last time I saw you, you were like fat. You look
You got to keep fucking bringing that up.
Well, you're not anymore.
I know. You can.
I'm brutally honest with my friends.
But dude, I look good now, though.
No, you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fuck Frank Trigg, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you. Fuck Frank Trigg.
Fuck that guy.
I said I was cool with him. I'm not cool with him again. He talks shit about you. Fuck him. He's my enemy again. Fuck that guy.
I wasn't
Frank
a
Trigg.
huge I love the fact that we're both in the right mindset.
I thought about it. Like I shouldn't have shook that motherfucker's hand.
I'm nice to him.
You remind me what a piece is.
He's very humble.
So should I be nice to him again?
Let's be nice to him again. I'm getting Trigg on here. Frank Trigg, I want you coming on this show.
I can't believe he called you fat like that behind you. That's different than joking around. That's fucking bullshit.
He didn't do it friendly.
And you hooked him up with the interview, bro. That's a piece of shit move.
He took a shit on me.
That's a piece of shit move when you introduced him.
That's why. Look, I'm chubby there too. I was chubby on that ball.
That's still.
So this is me on the ball. Look at my face right there. Come on, Ron, you can say it too. I was chubby, but it's okay. Look at how I land.
Ron got beat up by Nate already last night.
Look how I land on my fucking feet.
Replay. I want to see it one more time. I was distracted.
You're thinking of Ron getting roughed up by Nate.
You got fucked up by Nate last night.
Look at this. Wow!
Oh, fuck.
I still kind of landed on my ass.
Too bad, though. I want to get on that fucking bull.
Listen, I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do it again. We got there and I go,
retarded.
look, we came here to do it. I'm doing it. Dana, I give Dana
Dana do it?
Dana fucking did it.
Really?
Dana almost had his head crushed. It was
wow.
It was fucking retarded.
Man, if I'm worth a couple $100 million, I ain't getting on a fucking bull.
Yeah, dude, that's
hundreds of millions.
My wife,
worth.
she made me promise never to do shit like that again. But the only other thing to scare me or give me that feeling like fighting, you know what I'm gonna say, because he does it. Stand up fucking comedy. I did that on the show too, on the LA episode. I stand by that performance. I had one bit and I used it. It was a Rocky bit. So the LA episode of Dana White looking for a fight, you could watch my one and done with the stand up. Not, I'm all right with stand up, but the stand up.
Yeah, no,
did you ever do stand-up comedy?
I haven't. I thought about it, but I get nervous thinking about it. I got offered to do that there at that UFC show. What's the guy's name?
Mark Hunter.
No, there's a comedian.
Matt Hunter.
Mark. His name. There's a comedian.
What the fuck's Matt? It's Mark Hunter. Not
yeah,
Mark
Hunter. Something else Hunter.
Is it Mark Hunter?
It's his first name. I think it's fucking. God, I know this guy. Super nice guy. But he tried to get me to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I would, but I get so nervous. Like, what if I just fucking bombed?
Dude.
That'd be so embarrassing.
The first thing I said to them is that I like the setup because I can get to any of you motherfuckers in 2 seconds. I can get to the guys in the rafters.
Yeah, if you guys don't laugh, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, you get them started, but I'll tell you right now.
Maybe I should do it, man, just to...
if you want to put it on a bucket list to conquer some... people are jumping out of planes.
I'm nervous thinking about it, but maybe I should test myself.
Go ahead, man. What do you got? A knock-knock joke or something? No, don't use those. Jake, don't fucking do it.
I got to think. It is a fight crowd. Makes it a little easier.
Listen,
so it's like a bunch of fight fans
you know who was there? It was I found out about it because it was on Twitter. I got off that thing ages ago. I hate that thing. But anyway, I got off that fucking years ago. And
I should.
My life's better for it. Only because I don't like people talking shit. I want to be like Jay and Silent Bob and go to the house.
That's how I ended up beating up that Mike Jackson. He's running
that's
on
what I'm
Twitter.
saying. I don't need.
Bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you.
Dude, I'm big on not having any negativity in my life. You know what I mean? But with I found out on Twitter, it's gonna be UFC night at the fucking is at the Laugh Factory and I'm like, holy fuck. David Spade was there. Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah,
he actually wrote for Dana.
A ton of comedians are big fight fans. It's crazy how many big comedians I know. It's like all these big comedians all know us.
I know it is fucking.
Tony just performed here at Madison Square Garden. I almost came out. Nate was out. Tony Hinchcliffe was just at Madison Square Garden. Nate Diaz came out to that.
Did he come out on the stage?
Tony brought him out, and how cool is that?
He's friends with Shane Gillis, and I think Shane Gillis is hysterical.
Yeah, Nate's like close to Shane.
Yeah, I'm always amazed when people know who the fuck I am. I don't give a.
And that's how it should be. So I get so weird when these celebrities know me. It's so weird
because I think no matter what field you're in, everybody kind of respects a fighter. Like, you know what I mean? True. It's something because no matter what they achieved, not a lot of people could do that and do that well.
No, it takes a lot. I think every man should do I think it should be mandatory in high school to do a fight, like a PE class or something. To think of how much putting these kids through a 2-month training camp to go and fight in front of the class that would just it would make them better men, I think.
As a fighter, and I brought this up before, and I didn't come up with it. It's Longo always said it, and isn't it it's not just about being a tough guy. The mental toughness you need. If you get a guy that it's so easy at a bar, especially with some liquor, anywhere, you get disrespected. It's easy to fight at the drop of a dime. I was talking about this with I think it was Keith Jardine who was in here. But you get that same guy, and you say, all right, you're not fighting right now. You're fighting that guy a week from now, and you're fighting that guy a week from now, and that's going to be in front of 50 people. Let's see if he shows up.
No, it changes it a lot.
Right? And that's just in front of some people. That's not in front of the fucking world.
We had millions of people watching our fights. Well, I don't know, in high school, sometimes you'd be like, meet after school. All day you're nervous.
It's 3 o'clock high.
You're just all day, you're just nervous as shit, being like, fuck, bro, I got this fight after school. Don't want to get humiliated in front of people at school.
Shout out to 3 o'clock high. You've seen that movie. I'm a movie buff. You're not a movie guy.
I don't watch every movie.
You're a book guy.
I start watching. I read and shit.
Tell me, what's the last? You definitely you're what is it? What's it? The war one? The fucking
Lord of the Rings.
No, you into fantasy shit?
I read all kinds of shit. I hop around different stuff.
I could talk about that all day. I was going to talk about the not the Book of the Five Rings.
Right now I'm reading some David Icke stuff, some conspiracy theory stuff, all the weird shit out there. I read all kinds of different stuff. I hop around.
But no TV, no series, no.
I know. I do. I was watching TV for a while, but nothing good's been coming out.
Dude, Mobland, bro.
Okay,
did you like Sopranos?
I haven't watched that.
Some people are not into it.
Is it worth going back
Dude,
and
New York
watching?
is annoy you. I know we're buddies.
Is it too dated, do you think, or is it worth going back and watching?
No, I don't think it'll be dated. You know, even though somebody said that about The Wire and I couldn't get into it. I think you told me about that.
The Wire was pretty
No, Jimmy
good,
told me about
but
that.
I watched The Wire. It's good, but it got slow at some parts. But it was good story. But it got a
Yeah, the
little too
beepers
slow.
and shit. I don't know. Did
But
they
like
have cell phones
no,
back
but like
then?
Lord, I like that. What was the Game of Thrones? That was good. There was
You would like Vikings, the first season.
I haven't seen that. Is that
the
good?
first with Ragnar, and then it gets in. Even when he got his sons
I love
involved.
all that. Obviously,
'Cause you know
fighters,
why?
we love all that sword shit.
Because with that, it's about like the different, like it's like the Christians, and then and then the Vikings they believe in Valhalla, and there's some conversations about what happens after life. It's really, you'd like
It was actually a good
because
story.
with Game of Thrones, it's very cool, but yeah, there was no fucking dragons back in the day. This is actually based on
Real
some
shit.
history. Fucking Ragnar, his brother Rollo, and it's just my wife loved it. Lagatha. A lot of times nowadays is these girl bosses just they did listen. I like Lord of the Rings. They did something War of the Reham. No matter what anybody tells you, it's a fucking steaming pile of girl boss dog shit.
Yeah, they overdo
No
the
matter
girl
any.
boss
Listen, I got my high hopes. But anyway, this one. Sorry, Christian, I love you. The Lagatha is a bad bitch. Lagatha from Vikings. You see Vikings?
I'm gonna watch that. You just
Motherfucker,
told
please.
me that's the show because. Yeah,
damn.
I like it when I get a good show and you can get hooked on it. But it's rare. I haven't found a good show in a
It's
while.
rare. I would recommend, and I want to thank you for Battlestar Galactica. How do you say it?
You said it wrong, but it's all right.
I say Galactica. Dude, thank you. I just got into a new series. I love
Battlestar
getting something new.
Galactica.
It's from the 2003. It's basically Terminated. It's what's happening soon. It's basically AI fucking getting fucking advanced. They leave the
AI's
planet,
gonna
get
get
their own
scary.
planet. And there's, we don't hear from them for 40 years. All of a sudden, they're back. Fucking, I think the Zin's kicking in. But yeah, man, that's a good series. But I would recommend for you, I don't know if you're into the sci-fi shit,
I like some of it. I think that has a good story too.
then I recommend, well, that I'm getting into now, so far I'm liking it. Dune, not the 1980 bullshit with Sting, the new ones with
I read the book. The book was really good.
and you would love the Dune
I should
movies.
watch that, yeah.
That's sci-fi for grown-ups.
All right.
You know?
I got some things to watch now.
So great. So anyway, your first fight, you got the feel for it. How soon were you back in there?
I'm not sure. A few months. I had a few fights. I was able to line up fights pretty easy originally, but then it started getting hard to find fights because I was so good but didn't have a big name.
And that's
no
the
one
local.
wanted to
So
fight
you
me.
guys,
Yeah, so
the
people would hear
local
like, "Oh, don't fight that guy." But then I got picked up. My first big fight. I had a couple mid-sized ones. I lost a really close fight to Ray Cooper in Hawaii, like split decision. And then so Hawaii, they're trying. You know how Japan, they would set you up? They hit me up with two. I was training really hard. I was helping Nick for something. They hit me up with 2 weeks notice. Hayato Sakurai. Legend,
oh,
bro.
shit,
Legend.
man.
People don't know him now, but this guy was
Sakurai was badass.
number 2 in the world at the time. Anderson was ranked number 1. Like
He got chubby, by the way.
fucking, did he?
I saw him on Instagram. He got a little chubby.
that
No
sucks.
offense, Sakurai. I know your pain.
But
And I
no,
know what
no.
it's like. I hope Jake runs into you and
I'll
fucking
be like,
says some
Sakurai, you're
shit.
fat.
He's like, you dumpling. Fucking, don't go nowhere with that.
No, but I got called over a 2 weeks notice.
Dude, that's
I had
wild.
never been on a plane, bro. I'm flying out to
Japan's a
flying
rough
to
flight,
Japan,
bro.
bro.
That's a rough
with
flight.
Nick Diaz. Neither one of us never been on a plane. We're like, oh shit, dude. And then we get there, and like the Asians in Stockton are like crazy. They like shoot people up and shit. And so Nick's just like sketch. Like,
Oh,
they put us
shit.
in an area. No one speaks English. 100% Japanese. We'd never eat Japanese food. We didn't know what the food was. We didn't know the cultures. They wouldn't let us use saunas because I had tattoos. It was the biggest culture shock of my life. But then going out there and beating Sakurai when I was supposed to lose was just such an epic, amazing. That's when I knew I could make it. You know, it's like I'm gonna be a fucking. But then no one wanted to fight me after that because they knew how good I was, and it wasn't really known in the U.S.
It's almost a shame that everybody who has UFC Fight Pass, throw Jake Shields' name in there, because a guy like Sakurai will never get his flowers the way he should. Maybe in Japan.
Yeah, in
He's
Japan,
probably-
he was a huge superstar in Japan.
Yeah, because I hope he does, because, I think about some of these guys, Gomi's another one that comes to mind.
Legend.
The UFC, oh man. His
Sakuraba.
Sakuraba. There's some of these guys that are just, like some unsung heroes of the early days.
You know Shinryoki, remember him? I just
Yeah.
ran into him in Las Vegas randomly in a parking lot, and he comes over all excited. but he does speak English. We took pictures together. We were trying to I'm like, what the hell is he doing in Vegas in a parking lot? But it was just so weird. But I seen him look at Sudoku, and then he runs over all excited. We hug, shake hands.
He's the one who broke that nasty shoulder lock. Right?
There's just that respect we have because we see each other. We can't speak language. It was like Aoki, and he's like Jake Shields. We're like excited and like.
Nah, that's what it should be.
What a weird random thing though to run into him in like a parking lot in Vegas.
That's fucking odd. What the fuck was he doing? Is he doing right?
I couldn't like he looked fine, but we couldn't talk to each other. But he was excited, hugging me, shaking hands. We took pictures together.
That's so funny.
But I couldn't ask him what he was because no English. But it was just like what the fuck are you doing here,
dude? That's so funny.
So crazy, right? Such a strange encounter, but just the respect for each other because he had Gil Melendez beat him.
That's right.
I helped train Gil for that fight. Tough fight.
You know, one of my first times I remember really talking to you was in Hawaii. Getting him ready for Rumble at the Rock, and I was there with I think I was there with Rodrigo Gracie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah. Rumble at the Rock was so much fun, such a great show.
That was cool. Hawaii was cool, you know,
because it was huge in Hawaii before it was in the mainland.
Yeah,
it's like we were just these poor kids who never thought we had a chance, and then we're flying around the world in Hawaii, wild. Like all the girls everywhere. It's like, wow, dude, this is not a life I ever expected to live.
Yeah, but you started. Did you start teaching jiu-jitsu or just start? I was having fights.
I was fighting originally, but I started teaching after a couple of years. That helped me get better, I think, because you have to start thinking about moves, and then you're training with like white belts all the time. So 100%. Teaching helped me improve so much.
Tell me now, there was that controversy of American Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I termed it American Jiu-Jitsu for several reasons. One, because people was like, oh, your belt can't be real. I went and put it, because I wasn't training with the gi. I put a gi on, though, and went and just completely dominated Pan Ams with training of the week with the gi. It's like, oh, it looks like it's real, bitch. And then took third at Abu Dhabi like a couple weeks later. But I did it for several reasons. One, because my style is a mix of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling and more of aggressive for MMA, and it's an infusion. But also, I was trying to piss the Brazilians off at that time because there was a feud between the Americans and Brazilians. I love Brazilians, don't get me wrong, but there's also that feud we have still.
Yeah.
So, and it really did piss them off too. So I started being like, it's American Jiu-Jitsu I train. And now tons of people are using that term. You know,
there's some things I could be bitter about when it comes down to being treated right. Like, you know, when I say I don't give a fuck about credentials, it's like, I do, but I don't. In other words, I know I have a gold medal from the World Championships in '99 in Brazil, World Championships. I beat two Brazilians, and then they go, Matt, now we all advanced. You know how this goes. When your team advances, you guys could split a medal. Now, I didn't ask for it. I'm ready to take out the next guy. What Henzo, listen, you know, I'm a soldier.
When
Henzo says, man.
You have to follow
Matt,
what Henzo says.
Yeah, Matt, we're all this, Henzo, they said
it sucks,
to me.
But if Henzo tells you have to do it, you have to do it.
I just beat one of Daniel Gracie's guys to get there, but now that we all advanced, they can see it's threatened, so they go, look, Baja Gracie, this is before they franchised, we're the same team, let's split the medal.
Sucks.
I get a gold medal. I'm listed now as 99 as getting a bronze medal. What? Because everybody advanced.
Because they do have major favoritism to the...
So
it was a lot worse back then, so it created a little resentment. That's why I started calling it American Jiu-Jitsu, because they used to blatantly cheat against Americans and stuff.
Yeah, dude, I think that's hysterical. Me, because I'm Henzo's family to me.
Yeah,
I will, you know, it's the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but we all know it's Jiu-Jitsu. It's the same shit. You know what I mean?
Whatever it came from Japan, anyways. So it's like it's all kind of hybrided together now. Like all the grappling martial arts. It's all the sambo, the judo. It's really all mixed together.
Yeah, no, it's true. What now? Tell me another hot topic. Tell me about you know me. I don't follow shit. Yeah. I mean, we talked about this. Yeah. What's the millionaire?
Derek Moneyberg.
Derek, is that his name? Derek?
Well, he changes that because he sells finance courses, Moneyberg.
Derek Moneyberg.
Because he's a Jew, and Moneyberg, it's like the most Jewish.
Okay, nice.
It's funny because that's the biggest controversy in Jiu-Jitsu because they gave him his black belt.
And he's a millionaire.
After a little under 4 years, multi-millionaire.
All right, so tell me the
I'll
controversy.
That story real quick. People are just freaked out saying it's fake. He bought his belt. The thing is, he's good. He got it really quick, but every week he brings a different top fighter or jiu-jitsu guy to his house and has hours of privates. So, do you think you're not going to get a lot better? He has me over there, Gordon Ryan, Mikey Musumeci, Gilbert Burns, Lyoto Moshida. He's got like 30 guys he brings through.
How old is he?
He's like 46. Again, I'm not saying he's gonna be a world champion, but he definitely beat a regular black belt. And people are just so enraged by him getting the belt so quick. But like, I'm not gonna, I'm the one that made the decision, but I talked to a bunch of his other coaches too, and they agreed. And like I made the decision, so no one else made the decision.
How soon did he go through the belts? Like, did he just get the black belt? Did he skip belts?
He went through them quick, but like he basically he was asking for them quick, and I told him no. But then so finally, I gave him a big list of things.
Hey, hold on, Moneyberg. He asked for the belt.
He goes, "What do I got to get to this time?" So I gave him this long list of things that I didn't think he could meet.
Okay,
but then he met the standards. Like I had some guys he had to tap. I had some like. He did things I didn't think he was going to accomplish. So it's like, I can't not keep my word. And when I see him tapping out other good black belts and shit.
Listen.
And then people are like, put the footage out there. I can't put the footage of him like tapping someone known and shit. Nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's not good.
So you can't, so guys don't understand. I can't like put that footage out there.
Listen,
I could have held it a little bit, but like he tapped the people I said, he did all the requirements. Yeah. So it's like, okay, if he's beating these black belts, what's the reason not to give it to him?
I would always it's obviously different than when we were growing up. But when we were coming up, the guy who got the belts who's tapping the whole room. It's jiu-jitsu's for everyone. Like what I say to I have like 100 black belts. Now, they're all ages. I got guys in their 60s. I got guys in their 50s. Every age group. Now, I compare it to when they first met me, when they first took their first class to how they are now.
Yeah.
I put them in all the positions. I see them under pressure, under live. So yeah, man.
Like through all the positions, he's good. But it's like, I get it. If people get, you spend a few $1 million on private lessons, so you spent money, but you're not buying the belt because you're really doing the hours. And the guy, he's a good student. Like people. We all have money, so we're not gonna. Yeah, he's paying us good, but if the dude's a douchebag, we're not gonna go out. Guys,
he's a good guy.
Guys, yeah, he's a good guy.
Nice
Gordon
guy.
Ryan's not gonna go spend 3-4 days at his house. I'm not going to. Mikey Musumeci's not going to. Like these guys, Chuck Liddell goes out there. These guys, Lyoto Machida. We're not gonna go hang out with this guy if he's a douchebag.
Well, but not for free though. I mean,
he would still want to do it for the money though if we didn't like him. You know what I mean?
Hey man, listen. Everybody you mentioned,
we have a lot of self-respect. No, that's what I'm saying. We have respect. So yes, he is paying us good, but we're also if he treats us any disrespect, I told him that right away too. Yeah. If he fighters any disrespect, they're not going to be coming back. And he's very respectful. I had my buddy Dario. We were both blue belts. No, I was a purple belt. And he kept going to me, man. Ask Henzo when I'm going to get my blue belt. Ask what I go to Henzo and I was a kid. I didn't know. I'm like, hey Henzo, Dario's been asking. He goes, he's been asking. If he's been asking, I don't look at him again for 6 months. It's so funny. Guys always asking. No, basically Derek irritated me, so I gave him a big list of shit to do, and then he fucking did it. So I'm like, this guy is fucking. He became obsessed. When you're doing like 4-hour fucking privates a day with fucking the best in the world, you're gonna get good. If you don't get good at it a lot quicker, you're a fucking idiot.
This is the thing. Jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. You bested. Now I want to bring this up because. Like I said before, I don't watch a lot of the jiu-jitsu competitions. I try sometimes, and I tune out because some of it's unrealistic. Yes, it could break a leg, but there's no distance management. There's no it just doesn't resemble a real fight too much. You know what I mean? You couldn't, if you just had a modern game of just leg entanglements, you couldn't be so gentle to Michael Jackson. You'd have to break his fucking leg. I'd have to do the same thing to that drunk in Vegas because you don't have the element of control. And it's just, there's so much more to it than just tapping people. So when I say I hold in high regard a gentleman like Damian Maia in what he did in jiu-jitsu, now he doesn't have to stand up, like, I don't think he could crack an egg, and I say that with all due respect, even though he does have improved striking.
Stand up. He popped me like one decent shot when I fought him, but his grappling is amazing.
I love his fight with Ben Askren. And Ben Askren, I'm happy he's doing better. Okay,
yeah, man, that was crazy. That scared me. He almost died.
I don't, dude. It makes me so sad because I know he has children. He's a family.
No, I talked to his wife when I was trying to help him raise money, and like, if he was booked to my podcast, then he ghosted me, and I'm like, that's so not like his character. And then I saw he was in the hospital. I was really surprised, like, wow, I can't believe Ben Askren ghosted me. I didn't expect that from his character. And then I saw he was in the hospital. I was able to contact his wife, try to help raise money, and
I mean, he was a hell of a fighter. I know he didn't have his best showings in the UFC, but his fight with Damian Maia,
he didn't. He was a good fighter.
When Damian Maia fought Ben Askren, it was almost old school where it was wrestling versus jiu-jitsu. You saw great wrestling highlights from Ben and beautiful jiu-jitsu by Damien with the omoplata reversals, ashe reversals, which I personally love a lot, being on bottom. You're hardly on bottom, Jake, so fucking, you're wrestling
I
so
like the
fucking good.
omoplata for reversal, though. It's hard to finish it against an elite guy, but I love it for a sweep.
Used to get on top.
I teach it more for a sweep because it's like, I've never been tapped by an omoplata. You're not tapping top guys with omoplatas. I'm not saying you can't, but...
But you go for it with the intention to break the shoulder.
Yeah. So that's what forces the sweep.
100%. So your fight with Damian Maia, dude, nowadays, guys don't give that enough respect, man. That's a grappler's delight. Damien, and that's a perfect blend of your wrestling base with your high level sensitivity of jiu-jitsu and your control of the fundamentals. Tell me about that fight.
Yeah, that fight is such a high level jiu-jitsu. You almost have to understand jiu-jitsu to appreciate that fight because it's just two of the best. He's a 5 or 6 time world champion, and I'm pretty fucking damn good at jiu-jitsu, obviously. So we're just both going at wrestling. His wrestling is good too. So it was just such the elite. It's all these little details you almost have to understand. But I thought that was a great fight, tough fight. I won it in his hometown, Brazil, which is not easy to do with a whole crowd chanting, "You will die, you will die."
They always say that. It's not the nicest thing to say. It's a fucking hostile crowd over there.
Very hostile. I kind of like that, though. It amps me up.
Well, especially, you know what it is? You feel like
the loudness, I like being the bad guy when the whole crowd's chanting, "You'll die," and come out here like, I'm going to fucking spoil it.
And not to mention, Damian Maia, such a sweetheart. Anyway, you fought that guy, you might be the bad guy. He's such a nice
great guy. I loved it. I would like to train with him. He's so phenomenal, and his fundamentals, he's so good on back. I worked a lot of. He almost got my back once, and I did like kind of a Granby thing to get out of it because I worked a lot of don't let him get back with hooks in.
They screwed him with that Kamaru Usman fight.
Did they stand? Didn't they stand?
Well, he had him. He had his back with one hook in on the far side, but
insane.
Kamaru just had an overhook that was stopping it. And they thought it was there too long, and they stopped it. And he never got there again because Kamaru is such a great fighter.
There's a chance he could have tapped him right there. We don't know, but that's
never know.
A terrible.
Damian Maia could have been champ, maybe not, but that's wild.
He was so good.
Another fight that I must mention because even the casual will just know the name Dan Henderson. Because Dan Henderson was a fucking savage, And listen, you're a true welterweight. So, he's not making, that was at 185.
Yeah, I went up because, like I said earlier, Nick was at 170. That's the kind of brotherhood we had.
Yes.
Plus, I wanted the challenge. I was hungry at that time. I felt like I was underappreciated, underrespected. I went in there 4-1 underdog, and that pissed me off. So I went out there and, I'll just say I beat the shit out of him. But I got, floored the first round twice. He knocked me, dropped me, thankfully it was a good referee because he put me down hard.
I'm laughing at Longo. Longo talking that. Fucking Shield's got a granite chin to survive that shit.
Dude, he put me down so hard. In between rounds, I asked my corner, I'm like, did I get knocked down or tripped? They're like, you're tripped. So I went around for the next week, whatever, you got dropped. I'm like, no, I didn't. I tripped. When I watched that fight, I'm like, you motherfuckers. I've just been embarrassing I was arguing with people that I had tripped and I got knocked down. And I'm like, I was knocked the fuck out and woke back up. I was just, that was the point in my career where I was willing to die in there, Like, I had such a desire that I was going to die or fucking win.
He's a wrestler too, and you were taking him down, single legs, mounting him.
Yeah, I dominated him. Other than the first round.
One thing I love, and this is for I preach this in my class and when I teach all the time, and I've been doing it forever, but you've been doing it in the UFC forever. And every time you fight, the second you mount somebody, you got one arm up. That guys are not going to. Guys, they don't have to be great in jiu-jitsu. They don't have to be great in jiu-jitsu. They could just put both hands to your pelvis and just get that butterfly guard. Yep. Anytime you mount, you have one arm up.
Isolate, maybe I'll show some of that in seminar tonight because I isolate the isolating the arm as I get mount. That is crucial. And then
it can't explode out. And it goes up to your head and arm chokes. It goes up to arm locks. It goes up to gift wraps. But most importantly, you have what a lot of people are neglecting nowadays is control. Control, and you're smothering pressure. Where a lot of guys now, they're not, especially no gi, they're not trying to get mount because they know they can get right on the leg.
There's not many guys that have that passing pressure that just do that anymore. It's like you don't.
Because why
a little
pass?
more of it now because Gordon started. He created his own system, which like John, but he even says. I wouldn't say it if he didn't say it. Like I saw him say in a video, the first time he trained with me, I passed his guard 30 times, and he was just so humiliated. He asked John, how do I do that pass? And then he started passing me with my own pass.
That's what you like, though. Because you know what happens when you teach somebody? When I get my savage, dude, I got a king's guard around me now. It's not like back in the day where I'd be teaching, and I'd have to be the guy enforcing the mats. Anybody who wants to get to me, they got to get past my King's Guard.
Exactly. Now I make the young guys, like, if guys come and want to challenge, like, you got to fight one of my students.
But with Dan Henderson, it was just something else, man, because you outsized, man. I mean, the guy had a right hand from hell.
Oh, I know. He had just knocked out Bisping the fight before that.
It was amazing.
Strikeforce outbidded the UFC to take him, so that was a big fight. And I went and spoiled the plan to get the fight for GSP. And
also, you're known for, not known for, but there's a moment that that's famous is when you won the belt, and then Jason Mayhem Miller.
That was the same night.
That was that night.
That was the same night, yo.
The same night that you fought Dan Henderson. And now now is the time for you to get listen, this is the first time we're talking about this. I almost feel bad for Jason because I think they put him in there.
They might have. But you know me, my energy's ramped up. This guy comes into my face.
I don't blame.
We'd had some private stuff going on too. There's a little bad blood between us, so I just went right at him. Bam.
So let's explain it. So now you're getting interviewed. You just won the Strikeforce belt from the great Dan Henderson.
Yep.
You're getting your due respect from the
interview,
announcer.
and he cuts me off. He goes, "Where's my rematch, buddy?" And I'm like, "You disrespectful fuck." So I clocked him. He had been training with Henderson at the time, so. Our whole team, we thought it was going to be a whole brawl between everyone. So we all just fucking mobbed him up, Nate, Nick, Gil Melendez. He never bitched about it because like 20 of us jumped him and mobbed him. He's a tough fucker, so I'll give him credit. He could have bitched and been like, oh, I got jumped. But
never pressed charges.
Yeah, never pressed charges. And we did jump him, dude. He was...
Props to Jason Mayhem Miller. That's a real
dude.
guy.
He never even complained about it because we all mobbed that motherfucker.
I think he's probably one of those guys that's from the similar cloth. He's an old school guy.
He knew he had it coming. Like if I was in that situation and I got jumped by the crew, I would know I had that shit coming.
Yeah, man. I think whoever those fucking producers, that was Elite. What was that?
That was Strikeforce. Yeah, I think they might have, because how did he get in the cage? Exactly. You can't just walk in a cage.
They put him in there, so he might have got fucked up. The production fucked up with that.
That's funny. They might have got it. But I just thought this disrespectful. We were already feuding over some other shit. So
that's a production issue. They fucked that up, and it was the first time I think on like CBS or something.
It was CBS Live TV. I think I fucked their TV deal up.
Hey man, or you know what? They did it to themselves by allowing.
That's
him in
true.
There.
So they fucked it up by letting.
I don't think it was either guy's fault.
Yeah.
When was your last fight? Because dude, time flies as we get older.
Been like 4 or 5 years
and
now.
You're officially
it's been a little while.
Retired?
Yeah, I would maybe come back for like a one-off, but it would have to be. I'm not trying to win a world title or anything. You have to be just so laser. I still train with like elite guys and do good, but it's just you have to have the mental capacity too. My last fight I lost, and I felt like I wasn't willing to die, and like
that's.
And that's when I realized I shouldn't be fighting if I'm not willing to die out there, because it's like in Henderson, I was willing to die. So that fight, I'm like, I kind of bitched out a little bit. I didn't have that, I'm going to kill this fucker when I got cracked.
That's so funny you said that, because one of the reasons, I had a health thing when I had blood clots because I had something, but an issue, but I took care of. But before that, I remember I was leaving the house and I had me and my wife were going to go walk to a park that was near our house with my 2 kids. And I heard a fighter mention my name about fighting me next to something. I can't even remember who it was. And I remember in the past, I would take it always personal, which was a good thing, and be like, oh yeah, you're going to regret this motherfucker. Yeah. You're going to regret it, you cocksucker. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, I didn't give a fuck. It didn't bother me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to the park with my kid. And then I'm like, that's not a good thing.
Oh,
that's not a good sign.
You have to pay attention to these signs.
Yeah. And that's what the younger generation should, but I didn't know any other way. I'm like, and then how did it feel for you? I think you asked me earlier. How did it feel for you to finally walk away? And
it's devastating almost, and like because our whole identity is based off of being a fighter, and I thought I was gonna like lose that. I'm still known as a fighter, but I thought I wasn't gonna be the fighter anymore. And it's like that's who I am, and your whole identity, and you have to walk away from all I've known for 20 years. It's the hardest thing I ever did. It's just like. I probably fought a couple extra years I shouldn't have been fighting because it's just like, I can't, this is all I know.
You get to call the fight, you have your objective, and that's the mission for the next 2 to 3 months. Afterwards, you relax. It's living a rock star life.
Yeah, it's just...
Maybe not getting the rock star money all the time, but...
it's fucking pretty great. And the money got pretty good towards the end. I was getting paid pretty fucking good.
There you go. That doesn't hurt. Because it's something you do for free, and now we're getting paid. It's almost like this is too good. Dream job.
No, it's just, I loved it, and it's just... But then I had lost kind of love for it, and I'm like, but then I still loved, I still wanted that fighter lifestyle. But I adapted. You know, some fighters don't. You know, came out at the podcast, which is you have to. As men, we have to be focused on like some type of work.
You have to have like, why are you getting up every day, like that type of thing? And you got to get some kind of routine. I literally feel my day to day happiness is more important than anything. Like we're both so lucky. We were talking about this coming over. Then we said for us both to shut up because we were having too good of a conversation. Yes. Is that we're so fortunate to be living the lives we're living after fighting. Don't you feel?
No, it's crazy. We've lived such amazing lives, and we're still healthy. I don't want to talk too much to my family, but have like, you know, people that love us, and like we made it through a crazy like rock style life, and now, you know, we're still respected everywhere we go. We have these big communities. I have people like you I haven't talked to in a couple of years, but we still have this big brotherhood we built through fighting. Like the brotherhood is unreal, right? Like I have people all around the world that are friends. From guys that you fought, from guys that we've been around each other because we've been around the UFC for so long. The game, I mean, it's like 2001, 2002, 2000. This is back in the day, and some guys. A lot of guys came in after us and left before us, and they're not relevant at all. No, I'm not shitting on we had
them.
long run. My entire crew did. They called it the Scrap Pack. Me, Gil Melendez, Nate Diaz, and Nick Diaz. We all had like 20-year careers, and a lot of guys come in 2 or 3 years out. I think something to the length of your career says a lot too. Are you able to stay? You're going to have better and worse times, but are you able to stay really fucking good for 20 years? That's not easy to do. You have to be. The sport evolved so much through my time, and I stayed, you know, elite.
Oh, shit, yeah, man. I mean, when I think about guys afterwards, when we first started, it wasn't like a CTE scare or, this is safer than boxing, which I still think it is.
I think it's safer than boxing.
100%.
100%.
But we're seeing some, I'm not mentioning names, but we're seeing some casualties. Guys that their head's not all there. Guys that just, the shots did add up. Or to a lesser degree, guys that take a 9-to-5 job that they do not want.
So sad, right?
Like, and I'm not, and you do what you got to do.
No, you got to do what you do, but it's still sad to see if you live a rock star lifestyle than if you have to go work a regular job. Thankfully, most of my close friends are doing really well, but that's like a rough like life. And not nothing as a job, but to go from like the superstar like fighter to working a job, that's a fucking tough transition.
It is, and then it's like. You had such a happy life, and it's like the opposite. Now you're starting a 20-year career. And I don't want to depress any fighters out there that are doing a 9-to-5, because some guys love it. Gian Vellante, he went from, John Vellante, he's buddies with Chris Weidman. He was fighting out of Belmore, but he'd hang out a lot with Serra guys. He's our guy, too. We love him. You know, he's I think he might work for the town now, but he's also like a football coach. Yeah. He was a gym teacher.
Working is great. It's just finding something that you love to do.
That's the thing.
Like Quinta, isn't he like a big real estate guy? Al?
Oh, Quinta's got the
working is a good thing.
Number one
make sure that you're doing
real estate agent on Long Island.
But finding work that's like rewarding. But having the fame makes it easier to get connections. So guys have to learn to use your network to it makes it easier to fucking put things together and put deals together.
That's what they say. The kids nowadays say you're building your brand. I don't know. Listen, I love that I'm fucking doing this. I'm having like my life now, like my audience knows, is just jiu-jitsu. I teach, I'm at my school. Why I'm not a fat guy? Because we didn't have, when you get done, after the 6 months post-retirement, all right, now I got my schools running. I can show up anytime and teach. Yeah. I make it a point Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm there at fucking 6 a.m.
So you teach a lot. That's great.
Yeah, because it keeps me.
Because it has to. You have to. Because otherwise you go into depression. The first year was hard on me because that's when COVID hit, and it was brutal, bro. It was. Depression? They radicalized me with like, they closed down the country, and then I retired from fighting. So I had nothing to do. What am I supposed to do? That was like
I think about that also with the podcast. Thank God I had UFC Unfiltered.
I didn't have a podcast that time. I didn't have like any work whatsoever, and they just shut it down. I'm like, oh, you're supposed to stay in your apartment all day. And I'm hyperactive, ADHD, fucking running around nonstop. And they're like, oh, you can't leave your house. 90,000+ subscribers on your. What is your? I want my audience to know the name of your podcast. Fight Back. They put my name in. It's on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, pretty much everywhere. How'd you get started with that? No one was really covering some of the topics I wanted to cover, and I'm like, why not start my own podcast? If you want to like talk about certain stuff, you could do it. But I mean, a lot of fighters try to do it, but you're taking off. Is it because you made all these good relationships over there? That's a big part of it, because when you have 0 subscribers, no one wants to do your fucking podcast, but I have relationships, so people are willing to do me a favor. Now I have tons of people asking to come on, you know, because it's getting pretty big, and soon I think it's going to be really big. But like, so I had all these good relationships, so people would come on when I had 0 subscribers. You know, 1,000 people might watch it, so they're just doing me a straight favor. But now it's starting to like grow. I have episodes, you know, with over 1 million views across the platforms. You know, clips getting seen by millions of people. So it's like, still not massive, but it's on the direction that way. And I'm persistent. When I start something, I get a little obsessive.
And you're having fun with it, though.
I'm having fun. No, I'm doing fun stuff. I'm starting to film outside the. I want to put like little mini documentaries together now, and not produced well, just kind of like fuck around little like vlogs, I guess. Like I want to do more creative, fun stuff. I have a bunch of ideas and stuff I want to film.
You know what I like? I like your producer, Ron. Hey, wake up over there. Fucking,
He's a little crazy. He's a little crazy.
You know what it is? Because you're like me as a fighter. Sometimes you've been through this, and sometimes there's promoters, there's this, there's that, and there's agents, there's managers. You have a hard time trusting people.
No,
they want to attach themselves to you.
I have one employee. So he does everything. I bought a camera. I'm like, you got to film, Ron? No. You're gonna learn. Start learning.
Yeah, man, I got my guy to the left of me, the great Christian Harlow.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so funny, man. You got to have someone you trust to get into something.
I don't want many people close to me, so I can't, you know, and plus trying to manage a lot of people, and it's like, I give him a lot of free reign, you know, but like he does good work, so it's like.
And, you know, I want to say something out there to my audience because, you know, whenever you speak your mind about things, people can get the wrong idea about you. Now, I am not into politics, and I don't really want to discuss it because I think somehow it gets negative. But I will tell you this, and I know you a very long time. You're not a racist. You're definitely not an anti-Semite. I know that about you.
The funny thing is,
I just want that out there.
The Derek guy is Jewish is the funny part. That's the controversy makes that even funnier because people call me an anti-Semite because, yeah, I'm anti-Israel. We won't get into politics, but that's, you know, I don't want to see fucking kids get blown up. You know, having children seeing that, we won't get into it, but it's just, I don't like that, and I don't like controlling our government, and that doesn't mean these organizations deliberately label you an anti-Semite to try to scare people from speaking up. It's a very deliberate thing. And
listen, whenever I think of anything over there, yes, anytime children are getting killed, it kills me. When I see terrorists go into Israel at a festival and people are getting raped and killed.
That's terrible too.
Everything, it's all said, I want to love everybody.
Right?
Isn't that the new punk rock? Sorry, that's from Superman.
Yeah, spread love. You know, and people really shouldn't speak about politics unless they deeply understand an issue too.
100%.
Like Nate doesn't speak about politics, and I tell him, you know, don't. You know, people
don't know your wheelhouse.
What's Nate's opinion on this? It's like, Nate, ask him your fucking self. I'm not his spokesperson. I'm not publicly sharing someone's fucking opinions if he doesn't share them.
I believe, but I'm just saying from how I feel, I know you. I'm just saying that. Besides everything, you're not an anti-Semite and you're not a racist. Fair to say. Do you agree with that?
No, I treat everyone well, but the official definition of an anti-Semite is being anti-Israel. So under the official definition, I think I'm an anti-Semite, but I don't hate Jewish people.
I know you don't hate Jewish people.
But the official definition, I
don't want to get into definitions.
They put all kinds of crazy shit in there. The ADL, they have me like on their like website and shit. And
I know,
but I don't hate anyone for their race.
You're going to meet people at my school, all races, nationalities. You're going to meet, if you're going to be, you're cool
magic about jiu-jitsu. We can go there left, right, all races. We might be on the exact opposite ends, but we can come and still be brothers.
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
It's so beautiful. Like, I wish there was more of that in the world to bring people. Like, everyone should train jiu-jitsu. Anyone listening, if you're not training, you should be training.
Because it makes you humble. It really does. My little closer on this is always, you know, stay humble yet dangerous. I like that. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about getting the next champion. I like making good people dangerous. I can't control what's going on in the world, especially in the Middle East. Anything. Long Island is full of assholes, but I can control what's going on in my school. Yep. I'll bounce a motherfucker real quick. He could be the next champ. If he's got the wrong attitude, you're not cool. You're big shotting people. You're not being cool. You're out.
I was the same when I ran a gym, or I was helping Gil run a gym, but I was the bad guy. I kicked motherfuckers out because one person can throw off the whole dynamic. And I've kicked out like UFC fighters out of our gym before. I'm not going to say names, but I didn't like it. And because I had it, if you're in there, you have to do the whole workout. Guys like, oh, I don't want to do the grab part. Get the fuck out of my gym then.
Atmosphere, I feel, is
one guy can fuck the whole atmosphere.
A cancer. You got to get him right out.
Kick him people will let good guys stay that are cancers because they're good. I was always very extreme with no, like you're on page. We're a team. We do things together. We do this. If one guy's starting to give attitude or cause problems, you're fucking out.
It's the right fucking attitude.
And like I like it. How a seminar it was like I'm like, oh, should we fly? You're like, no, for my students only, and that's good.
You know why? Because I knew I'd pack it in. And one time I had Kat Zangano over, and she's a sweetheart, and she showed great stuff. The only annoying people were like some creepy fans of her. I don't listen. They might have been nice guys if you were listening.
Yeah.
But my point is, she's gonna leave that fucking seminar thinking, man, there was some really moronic people that I'm like, they weren't my guys.
They're tied into you, yeah.
So my people are all, you're gonna have all good people. I sent the invitation to some Milongo's people.
Nice.
All people. They're gonna be good.
No, I think you have to be like strict.
Respectful.
With like when martial arts academy, there has to be strictness. People can hurt people. They can have attitude.
I even have it where, and this you might feel is a little too. I play my music. I'm not old school. I do. It's my island of misfit toys. But I have it where I don't want guys walking around shirtless. Yeah. Only because I got my wife, my girl.
No, that makes sense.
It makes it a little more.
I can see it both ways. But gyms are shirtless, and I think gyms. Yeah. Whatever the policy of, I have no problem following. I've been gyms at both.
Yeah.
Whatever the policy is.
Look, I'm not saying for you. I'm saying
a lot
for
of times,
everybody.
like on the off hours, we do sometimes like shirtless, the pros.
Yeah.
But then when like it's the later time, shirt's mandatory. I think that's a good way to do it sometimes too.
Sometimes I love Longos to death. Sometimes I take my daughter there because Ray Longo's holding for my daughter Angelina. She's got a kickboxing match coming up. She's 16, and I walk her in the back always because it's like a co-ed dressing room over there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Gyms, you have to make sure there's no fucking sleazy people. You keep an eye on some of these sleazy fucks in jiu-jitsu.
Somebody changing in a towel or something. Like, oh, hey, listen.
No, I definitely keep an eye. Unfortunately, there's always a few sleazy people around, and some of these. So many instructors like sleeping with their students and shit that's like seems so classless to me.
I've had people, listen, I have a lot of families at my school, and I've had people meet their significant other at my school and have a family. And that's nice if it happens organically. But I know the predators out there.
But the guys exactly. Like, I'm not saying you can't fall in love with like something, but there's so many of these guys that like prey on the students. And
that's smashing dashing at my school. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I would fire an instructor doing that shit. It's 100%, like you can't like... It's crazy. Like people take advantage of that type of shit.
When my daughter starts dating, I already have a picture of what's gonna happen with me and some of my black belts like that. You ever see Den of Thieves with 50 Cent and all them? He's about to take the daughter to the prom, and he's like, he takes him into the garage. They're all picture you in the scrap pack when they come to take your daughter, fucking, and they're all looking.
Yeah, I made my daughter's boyfriend come work out with me. Brought him to the gym, like. But he was super respectful, wanted to learn. Now he's like pretty tough. He's like training, but I got choked him out a few times.
Just so he knows.
Just let him know, let him know, hey, we're coming to the gym. He was respectful. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go with you. He's just like, if I get beat up, I get beat up. I had to like show him a few things.
Dude.
But he was enthusiastic and he was down to go with me and get beat up.
Hey, being a father of daughters as we are, and we talked about that. They do that to the alphas,
Yeah, we only get daughters.
It's
like a known thing with alphas. God gives us daughters I think it's to rebalance the world,
and I love it. I'm so happy.
People always think disappointed. It's like, I love daughters. It's just little princesses. It's like
when people go to me like, oh man, are you gonna try for the boy? No, fuck face. I'm happy with my daughters.
Oh yeah,
what the fuck? You try for a boy? You got a boy? Yeah. Oh, you have all boys? Okay, beta. No,
we'd probably be too hard on our sons too. We'd probably have like
when you got a son, you got to raise a man.
Yeah,
when you got a daughter,
different.
You got to give her love. My daughters are going to have no daddy issues.
Exactly.
I'm always around my family. Oh, I love them so much. Don't get me crying on here, Jake Shields. Like you're going to fucking, the seminar's canceled. They're like, you fucking pussy. I'm like, my kids.
I miss my daughter.
But, hey, man, I talked your ear off fine. I love your fucking journey.
Yeah, we're going to have to do another one since I didn't get to ask you very many questions. I wanted to ask you a bunch more questions. But we'll have to do another one at some point soon.
Why don't I just jump on yours? We could do it virtual.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll maybe wait a few months because I'll probably post this one of my things still after you post it, and then we could do something later.
100%.
So if you got nothing, there's so much I could talk to you about still. So
man, go ahead, shoot. No, like, how many fucking White Claws are we having?
Right. Oh, it wasn't very good. I was a little hungover, so I was drinking that. But then I have a coconut water too. No, but I had all kinds of things like all your fights, the GSP. But it's weird. I think we got to wrap up soon. The GSP win though, that must have just been like, how did that feel?
First of all,
I
the crowd know at home
so bad, and I fell short.
GSP destroys everybody. You had a close fight with him. You had a 25-minute battle with GSP.
You knocked him the fuck out though. So
thank you.
So it must have felt good.
This is why we made the most this thing about you, because if it was about both of us, we'd be going back and forth. But yeah, that was my Rocky movie. Like
that was a magical moment. You were one of the biggest underdogs to win. You came in, and knocked him the fuck out, and I love GSP.
Yeah, we all love George.
Still like
and he got his revenge, George. He got his revenge in Montreal. on.
George was a savage.
George was so. When I fought him that second fight, he was just such a
his
fucking
jab, his takedown timing, his distance range.
The fucking jab. Can I tell you about the jab?
Hurts, right?
But sometimes in sparring, like I would let guys like, and he was whipping me. But I'm like, sometimes I use it to draw them in where they think they're getting. Like it's bothering me, and then I'd shoot a right hand. He was so on it. He was hitting me with that, and you see me like this. And then when I shot it, he shot in. It made me look even slower.
His timing's so good with his takedowns,
he was so
jab
phenomenal.
leads everything.
See, this is what I do. You gave me a compliment about my win. I go talk about him kicking my ass. That's how it should be.
But it was a beautiful, like watching you knock him out. I just watched that again last night. You beat the shit out of him. He was really coming though. You dropped him like 3 times.
Yeah.
He did not want to lose that fight.
You know what it felt like, Jake? It felt like when you're having a good day of sparring.
You just knew.
Yeah, like I seen a lot of it coming.
You were just like, I'm going to get this guy that night.
And to be fair, like with you, he expected some shots. He didn't expect me to shoot. He didn't. He thought I was just going to be a stand-up battle.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. With me, he didn't expect me to stand up.
Yeah, and you were just zinging him.
Yeah, like so.
He thought you were going to be shooting.
He thought his wrestling was just so much superior, which it was. That's why I knew if I fought him with you could get him down and gotten him down.
Yeah.
My wrestling's not like yours, where I was learning on the job, my wrestling and my striking, where it was coming together. But I'm a 155er, dude. I was.
You were like smaller.
I won the show.
I'm going to dominate this guy.
Yeah.
He did not want to lose that fight though. You could see towards the end when he was about to go out. He kept trying. They let it go probably a little too long. Not really too long, but they let it go right to the limit.
He ended up tapping, Yeah. But he was bested. But I had the element of surprise, and thank goodness I have heavy hands, which I didn't know when I even started striking. And that's you either have it or you don't. So but for myself, for my story, I wasn't meant, especially at 170, I wasn't meant, and I would have met a better wrestler or something, and even I know I could defend myself and make myself through and even have my shots, chances are I'm a decision away of losing that belt. You know what I mean? Just being my size. I'm being realistic.
No, and you beat the greatest pounder of all time, though.
So you
can't take that away being a 55-pounder. That's damn impressive.
Listen, if you had to get one question in, I'm glad it was that one. Yeah. You motherfucker.
Do you have a second favorite fight? Last question.
Frank Trigg.
Yeah.
I like to throw... I watched that one in Fight Pass. I love that because he talks so much shit, and it was one of those things where I even walking out when they do the pre-fight stuff, I'm like, Frank Trigg, you're going to pay me to fight this guy? This guy a smack for nothing? Like I was talking shit. So it just worked out so I
really wanted to fight him, but he was scared. I almost got to fight him at Rumble in the Rock, but he got knocked out by Carlos Condit first.
Carlos Condit was another great
Or he might have got armbarred. I can't remember if he got knocked out or armbarred.
Dude, I'll tell you, I'll have you back on here just to have the list of the guys that you bested, because it was many of them. I want everybody at home, if you have UFC Fight Pass or even in YouTube, throw Jake Shields' name in there. Go to Fight Back.
A lot of the Strikeforce fights.
Yeah, the Strikeforce fights. And you can get all that on UFC Fight Pass. So
they bought that, huh?
Watch that, and I'll tell you, especially if you're a jiu-jitsu fighter or a jiu-jitsu player, that's how jiu-jitsu should be used in a fight, okay? Your podcast is Fight Back?
Fight Back, yeah. But they put Jake Shields in, I'm sure it'll pop up.
Dude, thank you so much. This was fun as fuck, no?
No, like I said, I'm so glad we connected. And
aren't you glad I'm not fat anymore?
I am. I didn't have to talk
Aren't you glad I'm not fat anymore?
But fuck Frank for saying it, but after a guy you hooked up with. That's fucking different.
Say it again?
Fuck Frank Trigg for calling you fat, by the way.
Fuck that guy. Let's just both give a fucking duel. Hey, Trigg.
Bro, you hooked him up with that guy for an interview and then they just stab you in the back. I hate people that do stuff like that. When I do someone a favor and they stab me, that fucking pisses me off.
But I'm going to have him back on, and I'm going to bring that up to him on air. I think he'll come back on. He's doing stunt work.
I think he's a little better person than he used to be, because I talked to him a couple years ago, and I'm like, you know what? I went and shook his hand.
I seen him in Abu Dhabi.
But now you made me saying fucking him again today.
I seen him in Abu Dhabi, and I was like, hey, what's up, Trigg? Oh, you want a rematch? I was kind of fucking with him a little bit, fully ready to unleash your right hand, only because, I don't know,
we're a little crazy.
But he was very jovial and stuff. He's a stunt guy now, and I think he's doing good with stunt work, and he's a referee, and it's kind of ironic that I got abs and he's a little chubby now. But besides that, the great Jake. 10 minutes shitting on Frank Trigg.
Fat fuck.
Jake, man, thanks. I'm so happy you guys are coming to my pod tonight.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Take care. Stay humble yet dangerous.